Hey y'all, can y'all hear me? All messages you send will appear publicly. Hello, welcome to live chat. Remember. Dang it, I can't remember. Fuck. I did. It says Google sent a notification. What the Come on.
Right.
I'm trying to log in so I can see my chat.
Oh, I thought you was logged in.
No, it won't log me.
Jeez.
Hold on a second. Because then it says to
Are you
open this
live or
shit
not?
up. Yeah, it says I'm streaming. Check on there and see if I'm on there.
But your chat ain't showing up?
Mm-mm. Look. It says Google sent to pages.
Check your device. Resend it.
I did it. That's what I'm saying. It's not there.
What's it sending it to? The device or what device?
My iPhone.
I'll check your email too.
Well, for some reason, my email was uninstalled, so.
Kids.
Alright, so it's working?
You live right now.
Alright, well, cool. As long as I'm live. I just didn't think it was even.
I was gonna say, if you just want to keep it rolling, just leave your phone for checking the chat. Maybe I don't know.
I was about to say, how the fuck do I check my.
Your
How the
email
fuck
ain't
do I
showing
check
up?
my chat?
Huh?
How do I look at my chat on my thing?
Yeah. Can you like that right there?
They can't see this, right?
Nah, they don't see none of that. But look.
How do I look at my chat on my thing? Wait, how did you get that?
You see what I'm saying? Sorry. Look. See it? You can see it.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's all in the same. It's just, yeah, I don't know. We can try and fix that later. But if you want to keep it rolling, roll. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, in the meantime, yeah, we'll just do that.
Just
Okay,
keep it
cool.
rolling.
Hey y'all, welcome to my live. I am live on here tonight. Happy Saturday, y'all. Well, Sunday, I guess. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And I decided to go live. I know. All my people are probably asleep. But it's okay. I had a late night. I was at a Christmas party. And I didn't get back. So, hey y'all. Welcome to my live stream. Tonight, y'all, we're going to be watching scary videos because I do scary videos every Saturday night. And tonight, I decided to do it live because I was like, you know what? Let me try it because I haven't done it in a while. Hey, Delta, how are you? Y'all don't forget to give me a thumbs up while you're in here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to light my candle and we're about to start. I ain't done a live stream in a minute. I was going to go live on Twitch, y'all, but I didn't know if any of my people on YouTube had a Twitch or would follow me over there on Twitch, but I do have a Twitch, and it's the same exact thing as my YouTube. It's me, Sweet PX3. So if y'all want to go follow me on Twitch, I'm gonna start going live on there more. And I'm gonna do reactions. And I might play some games. I think the last game on there I played was like Call of Duty Warzone. That was forever ago, though. Good, good. I'm doing great. I am doing great. I'm here, and yeah. Like I said, I just got back from a Christmas party. It was lots of fun. And now I'm about to get this. I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Because the video that I'm reacting to is a long one. It's Nuke's Top 5. So shout out Nuke's Top 5. He just dropped a video. I think it was tonight. Let me look. Was it tonight? Yeah, 9 hours ago. Well, not tonight, but it was a while ago. But yeah, we're going to be reacting to Nuke. So shout out Nuke's Top 5. 25 scariest TikTok videos of 2025. Y'all, let's do this. Before we get started, y'all, though, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and leave some comments in the chat. Don't be scared to talk. Leave me a heart, all that good stuff. All right, y'all, let's do this.
The Midnight Messenger. Jennifer is taking care of her elderly mother who is critically ill. One night, she sees something on her mother's bedroom video monitor that gives her goosebumps.
Okay.
Did you hear it? In the middle of the night, a quiet little female voice seems to whisper, "Come," and the elderly woman seems to raise her hands and responds, "Okay." Then again, we hear the quiet little voice clearly say, "Mama."
Okay.
The woman's daughter Jennifer says that she believes that this is the voice of her sister who passed away in 2017. She believes that her sister is there to comfort their mom as she passes over to the other side.
Okay.
Child's play. A young woman named Stephanie posted a cute video of her toddler just playing around, crawling over their couch and having fun. Later, she posts her video to the internet so her friends and family can watch her son play. But then, viewers begin to notice something in the video that gives them the chills.
Pruébale cocodrilo. Oh, sí, lo siento. Pero ¿cómo soltará Snickers? Ya sé. Ven aquí, Coco. Sube sobre mis hombros.
Did you see it? Viewers spot some strange little figure peeking around the baby's playpen, right next to the floor. Stephanie says that she never noticed this little figure before she posted the video and viewers mentioned it. She says that no other children were anywhere around, and she has no idea who this little peeking figure is.
Maybe it's a monkey.
But if you notice, her child starts to head into the room. Then he exits quickly. But later he walks right back in like nothing is there. So just who or what is this? you decide. Next up, here's a creepy video filmed by a woman named Nicole of her young son Hendrix. Now, what is really odd here is that the little boy seems to actually react to something that we can't see.
He said nope.
When little baby Hendrix opens the door, a creepy voice seems to whisper, "Yes." And the little boy just shuts the door in the spirit's face and nopes his way right back out of there. Now, shocked and slightly amused viewers of the clip decided to add their own subtitles, which actually sound pretty accurate. Just listen. So did the little boy hear the voice of a spirit? And did he indeed just say nope to a ghost? Tell me what you think. The fourth floor. A young woman named Aria is staying at an old hotel in Virginia. One night around 10 p.m. she's walking back to her room when she notices a strange-looking man following her. She starts to record with her phone, pretending that she's on a video call to try to scare the guy away. But it doesn't seem to work.
Okay.
Aria says that she heard the man's footsteps behind her start to get faster, and she thought that he was chasing her, so she runs and starts screaming for help. But now this is when things start to get weird, because viewers begin to notice that if you slow down the video at a couple of key moments, no one can be seen chasing Aria. And so now we cut to a completely different TikTok account, one made by a guy named Tony who is a maintenance worker at this very same hotel. Tony sees Aria's video online, so he goes to check the hotel security footage. He finds this.
Y'all, so here's video of that girl that posted, and I'm gonna let y'all know now, it gets really weird. It's like she acting like she's running from something or hiding from something. But there's literally nobody else in front. Like she tweaking.
Yeah, it is weird.
And the elevator door is not even closing. Like she playing hide and seek or something.
In the video, we see Aria running down the hall and then cowering in the elevator. But again, no one can be seen chasing her. Strangely, the elevator doors just won't close, so Aria runs out. Tony says that the front desk clerk said that Aria did eventually make it downstairs. She left in an Uber without a word. So now, Tony is curious as to just what might have happened to make Aria run away. He finds the girl's room number and goes up with a coworker. What they find is truly disturbing.
Like all my stuff is just left here. It's crazy. No, this is ridiculous. What the heck is this doing in here?
Yo, hold on, y'all. Why the f is this in here? Hold this. Yo, y'all. This is crazy.
All of Aria's luggage is still in the room. Even stranger, the room looks like it has been ransacked, with things strewn all over the floor. Weirdest of all, Tony finds something commonly called an underdoor tool. This device is often used by criminals to break into hotel rooms with a latched door. So now Tony thinks that someone might have been in Aria's
How
room,
in the hell
and maybe
does
there
that work?
actually
And how
was
do you even get
someone
that
chasing
on the
her.
door handle?
He goes back and takes a closer look at the hotel security footage. What he finds chills him to his core.
All right, y'all. So I went back and was looking at the video of that girl from the other day, right? Because I'm thinking maybe somebody must be following her. Just keep watching the screen right here, man. I saw something that just... That's just the housekeeper down there. Right there. Right there.
I don't know what that
This
was.
is crazy. And y'all think that's crazy? Watch, keep watching like right by that door right there, by that table. Keep watching right over by there. My hand is shaking. Right there.
What is that?
What the heck? Bro, that's a rock from that table right
Somebody
there. Those
threw
are
something?
stones and those in bowls right there by that table. And that one of them stones just fell on the floor.
And there's no way that should happen because there's no wind in there.
Wind ain't even gonna do that though. This is crazy, yo.
Just a few minutes after we see Aria running down the hall, we can see a strange unexplained shadow that seems to speed off down the hallway in the same direction. Shortly afterwards, a stone from a nearby decorative bowl mysteriously launches off the table and lands in the hallway floor. Now, Tony says that he doesn't know exactly what happened here. He says that he has never experienced anything like this while working at the old hotel, but he has heard strange unexplained sounds from time to time.
Keep in mind, there's no construction going on. Nothing.
So was some real person with bad intentions chasing Aria? Was this something supernatural? Or is it all just a very elaborate hoax? As always, you decide. This next video was sent in by a Nuke's Top 5 viewer, but unfortunately it was posted to the internet without a source. So the story goes that a woman claimed to have a doll that was haunted, and she said that she would often catch it moving all on its own. After being asked repeatedly by viewers, she decided to point a camera at the doll and live stream the entire thing. Around an hour in, with skeptical viewers watching closely, there was a bit of movement. Watch closely.
Was that a scream?
Now, the doll doesn't actually move, but the items surrounding it in the storage closet fly violently across the room, and even
Yeah, it
on
looks
top of the
forced,
doll.
like someone
Viewers have
forced it,
speculated
like
that because the
someone
doll
back there,
was
like,
buried
pushed
in the
it.
debris, that the woman's doll isn't even actually haunted, but perhaps her house is. However, others claim that the supernatural activity is centered around the doll, and some even claim that they saw the doll move in the video before everything came crashing down. But without a source, we'll never know. So, what do you think? Get out. A guy named Carter moved into a new fully furnished rental house. But not long after he moved in, he began to experience strange things and hear unexplained noises. Late one night while he's asleep in bed, he hears the creepy sound of what seems to be someone hitting keys on the piano in his living room.
Who's there?
Carter decides to lay on his living room couch to try to figure out just what is going on with the piano. As you might imagine, it did not go well.
Dude, what the f?
The piano plays again and a chair moves, and Carter decides that he's had about enough. He decides to leave the house to stay with a friend, but as he is leaving, he manages to capture this video. As Carter heads for his car, he sees his TV flickering and his lights randomly turning on and off inside his house. Now, usually when people watch these videos, they say, well, if the place is so haunted, then why wouldn't he just move out? Well, that's exactly what he did. Carter moved right out of that house. And the end of this haunted story, I guess. The thing down the hall. Oscar Nunez says that strange, unexplained things have been happening all around his home. He believes that some sinister presence has attached itself to his family. One night, he and his wife return home to find something truly bizarre.
I remember this one. That's weird. All them flies. It's gotta be because they had like garbage or something behind the garage door. I don't know. Oh, there's the damn garbage right there. Obviously, there's something must be in it that's insane. I don't know, but that is
For
weird.
some
That's
odd
a
reason,
lot
there are
of
flies swarming all over their house. Oscar says that he can't think of any rational explanation. Another late night, and Oscar's son has fallen asleep on the living room couch. The young boy wakes up and sees something that chills him to his core.
Scariest videos, so I've seen probably almost all of these. If I've seen the next
Oscar's
one,
son wakes up after he hears a strange noise and runs to his parents' bedroom, crying and wailing in fear. The young boy tells his dad that he saw someone scary in the hallway. But did you see it? When Oscar checks his security footage, he sees a large figure that looks like a man just standing in the hallway, staring at his son. Even weirder, whatever this is just seems to disappear into thin air.
I mean, it is creepy.
Oscar Nunez says that he and his family have no idea who or what this is. Unleashed. A couple in West Virginia owns a little pet shop, and they usually let one of their older dogs wander around the place. But one morning when they come in to open up, something seems wrong. The dog isn't his usual happy self. Instead, he's curled up in his bed, trembling, and absolutely refuses to come out. The shop owners are worried and they check the security cameras to see what might have spooked the little dog. They find something truly bizarre.
Damn, that dog was scared as hell.
At around 11:30 p.m., the camera shows the little dog wandering aimlessly through the dark pet store. Suddenly, out of nowhere, something seems to actually launch the dog sideways, hard, almost as if he was kicked.
Somebody kicked the dog.
Thankfully, the pup wasn't seriously hurt. But was this some weird freak occurrence? Or does the pet shop have a guest that no one can see? Next up, a guy named Angelo says that some seriously strange things have been happening in his house in Tenerife, one of the Canary Islands of Spain. Angelo says that one night his dog Nala started acting very weird, as if something had given her a serious scare. Curious and a little worried, they decide to check the security footage. What they find is downright chilling. And he even demonstrated that Nala's call. If you see some
kidding me. Oh, baby. Wasn't this close? Oh, gosh. What the is that? Guys, you...
Open and his furniture seems
Damn, some dude's beating his wife. What? Does anybody have a rosary? What the hell is going on?
disturbing, desperate screams can be heard coming from her neighbor's apartment. Shocked witnesses on the street are quick to call police, worried that it might be a case of domestic violence. But then the story takes a very strange turn, because the policeman asked people down on the street for rosary beads, an object often
really. Why
used
would
in
the police
Catholic
ask
prayer.
That's weird.
A lady dressed like a nurse from the 1950s with an eerie grin on her face.
No way.
Heather is now freaked out.
Did she see
Her
that
husband
for
or
real?
sons can see the bizarre figure dressed in white that is walking down the sidewalk only about 20 feet away. Heather says that the woman looked like
Can't tell me to fucking go. There's like little mosquitoes.
What are kind of going on? What? What did you say?
That's a kid for
What
you.
did you say, Mommy?
That little son of a bitch. That's a kid for you. What'd you say, Mom? What'd you say? You just want to be like,
You gotta keep that open so it doesn't get all
that's
musty.
funny as shit.
Can't tell me to fucking go.
She scares me. What'd you say, Mommy?
Heather whispers, "She scares me," to her husband and children, but they have no idea what she's talking about. Neither her husband or
And
sons can
sometimes you
see the
wonder, like,
bizarre
do the
figure
kids
dressed
be
in
doing
white
that
that is
to
walking down the
purpose, like,
sidewalk
trying to
only
get you
about 20 feet
caught
away.
up, or are they
Heather
genuine,
says that
you
the
know what
woman
I'm
looked
saying?
like,
'Cause
quote,
sometimes
a
I
lady
swear
dressed
my
like a
kids just be
nurse from the
doing that.
1950s with an eerie grin on her face.
That's
Heather
freaky.
is now freaked out. She can't understand why no one else saw the strange nurse. So she checks the footage from their front door security camera, and sure enough, the recording also shows a creepy pale figure walking right by.
It just immediately creeped me out, so I just kind of like jumped.
Yeah.
But it gets even weirder, because you see, Heather lives only a mile away from a notorious old abandoned mental asylum, the Philadelphia State Hospital at Byberry.
So a little backstory, I live about a mile from where Byberry State Hospital used to be. This is one of the, I'm pretty sure, the most notorious mental hospital in the country. A lot of abuse went on there. There was lobotomies performed on patients. There was experiments performed on patients. A lot of them lost their lives because they were just treated so horribly. The conditions that that hospital was in was so inhumane, and no human should have ever had to go through what these patients went through. And these people just needed help. It's just very sad. They were so overcrowded, like the nurse to patient ratio was just extreme.
With 2 student nurses and maybe 3 attendants, we have all we can do to bathe the patients, get them to cafeteria, take them to the doctors, give them their medications, and try to keep the place clean.
Now, when I was a kid growing up, we used to definitely go in there, and it was really scary. Like the second you walk on the grounds, you just feel like it's cold, it's not normal, it feels weird. Like you can tell somebody's watching you. There's underground tunnels underneath, so we used to run around them too, and they used to use those tunnels to transport bodies, and there was still those like metal slab beds that they were still down there when we went in there, like, you know, in the 2000s. I felt my arm grabbed in there once, and I moved my flashlight because I thought it was my friend, and my friend was like over there, and I'm like, oh my God.
But this story gets even weirder still. Heather's dad lived in the same house as a boy. When Heather shows her dad the creepy footage, he tells her that a woman named Linda used to live in the house next door. And during the 1950s, Linda was a nurse at the old Byberry Mental Hospital. So did Heather catch the ghost of a nurse from the old abandoned hospital? And if not, why could no one else see the strange woman walking down the sidewalk? Mimi heads for higher ground. Proud grandmother Cindy Reed from Cleveland, Ohio is babysitting her granddaughter Nova at the family's home when things suddenly take a very creepy turn.
You're so funny. I can't wait until summer gets here so we can go outside and play.
I miss Mimi.
I miss you too. I miss you too. What?
Coming.
What? Who's coming?
Here coming.
Who?
Him.
You see somebody back there?
Him.
Who?
Here.
Him?
Yeah.
Where's he at? Is he in our house?
Yeah.
Where? Show me. Where's he at? He's right in front of you?
Yep.
Who is it?
A guy.
Who's there, mister? What are you doing in our... Where's he at? In the dining room?
Yep.
Show me him. Go show me him. Give me your hand. Take me to him.
This him.
Take me to him. Show me.
This him.
Wait, let me... Show me. Is he right here?
Yep.
He's in our dining room?
Yeah.
What are you doing in our dining room, mister? What does he look like?
I bug.
He's got bug eyes?
Yeah.
What are you doing in our living room, mister?
God, that's
Get.
freaky.
You go back home. You go back wherever you came from. What's he doing? Come on, you're creeping me out. We're going upstairs. Come on. You're scaring me. We're going upstairs. Yeah, you're scaring me. We're going upstairs. You are...
Little Nova says that she sees a man with, quote, bug eyes standing in the dining room. Grandma Cindy gets a bit freaked out by this man. She notices that the cat's tail is inside his bedroom. What he captures chills him to his core. In the room, two mirrors are facing each other, but only one of the mirrors reflects a strange, horrifying face. John turns, but there's just nothing there.
I'm not playing around with me.
The shadowy figure of what 8 months ago under very sudden and unexpected circumstances. One day, a Sissy and her son Clarence are walking out of their front door. Their ring...
Wait, no. Let's go.
is away at his dad's and her home. A dark figure can be seen underneath his home.
I've seen way too many of these, y'all. Let's do chilling scares. Thought I had one picked out from him. Could have swore I did. This one. 2 weeks ago. 5 most disturbing. Which one? Hunter encounters caught on camera. Or let's do the diving. I like diving videos.
In check. In September 2019, 40-year-old Stephen Weber Jr. and his girlfriend Kanisha Antoine went on a vacation to Pemba Island. Stephen had been dating Kanisha for a while by this point and had planned to propose to her during this trip. What neither of them knew, however, was that the happiest trip of their lives was about to turn into an irreversible tragedy. The groundwork for this tragedy was laid when the two arrived at the island and checked in to stay at the Manta Resort just off the coast. It had a nice, uninterrupted view of the ocean, as well as a roof area to relax and enjoy the tropical weather. However, the most important feature of this resort was the underwater room, which offered a 360-degree view of the marine life surrounding the resort. This room served as the whole idea behind how Steven had planned to propose. He put on swimming goggles and dived down to one of the windows in this room, prompting Kenesha to begin recording. He then unrolled a paper note inside a Ziploc bag and pressed it against the window. It read, "I can't hold my breath long enough to tell you everything I love about you, but everything I love about you, I love more every day." He then flipped the note, and on the other side was a marriage proposal for Kenesha, reading, "Will you please be my wife?"
Oh, it's so cute. What?
He'd also showed the wedding ring he'd brought for this occasion before swimming up to hear Kenesha's response. At this point, Kenesha stopped recording and rushed to the surface floor, eager to give her answer. But once she looked outside, instead of a smiling Steven, she saw nothing. Steven was nowhere to be seen. Kenesha climbed the roof, hoping he might have been up there. Unfortunately, there were no signs of Steven anywhere.
What?
He had vanished somewhere between showing her the ring and swimming up to the surface. After understanding the full gravity of the situation, Kenesha called for help, with several locals rushing to her aid. Unfortunately, it took some time to find Steven. He was floating in the water, and by that point, it was already too late. Some resort workers tried to revive him with CPR, however, it wasn't effective. Steven had miscalculated how long he could hold his breath underwater and drowned before he could reach the surface. You can even see his hand shaking as he holds the ring near the end of the video, his body desperately telling him he needs air now. But in an effort to get his point across and make the moment that much more special, he ignores this, and unfortunately pays the ultimate price.
Hold up. Pause. You guys, that is so sad. Could you imagine being her and having to live with that for the rest of your life? Being real happy you're on vacation, you just got proposed to, you couldn't even give the answer. Oh my God, that is awful. That is
Joe
so
is a
awful.
YouTube channel that occasionally posted travel videos up until 3 years ago. Most of these were typical travel vlogs showcasing the hosts of different expeditions around the world. However, out of the roughly 30 videos they've uploaded, one stands out for just how disturbing it is. This video contains a collection of footage Joe and his friends captured while doing technical dives in the Blue Hole in Dahab, Egypt, which is often considered the deadliest diving spot in the world. There are a few conflicting reports on the total number, but most people agree that somewhere between 130 and 200 divers have met their end while trying to reach its depths. That is an average of 8 lives lost per year, and unfortunately, the total is still going up. What's worse is that the remains of many victims are never recovered, which is exactly what made Mini Joe's video so unsettling. Their dive started off like any other, but as they descended deeper, they came across the tanks, lines, and suits of those who came before and never made it back. Some of the remains were wedged into narrow crevices on the ocean floor, hinting at what might have gone wrong for them. Most were also taken over by the environment, suggesting they might have been down there for years. Above all, these encounters served as a constant reminder of the true danger of technical diving. Divers often have to carry multiple heavy tanks before they can even begin the descent. Then, once they're in the water, they have to constantly monitor their oxygen levels while also staying aware of their surroundings. Things only become more dangerous the deeper they dive, where even a moment's distraction can quickly turn fatal. However, all of this is true for any dive, regardless of the location. What makes the Dahab Blue Hole even more dangerous is the false sense of security it provides. Blue holes, for those who don't know, are like vertical caves in oceans that go a lot deeper than the surrounding ocean floor. And the one in Dahab, Egypt is an even more extreme version of that. One of the biggest contributors to its deadliness is its depth of about 426 feet, or around 130 meters, which isn't very apparent from the surface. It's also an almost vertical drop to the bottom. This catches many new divers off guard, causing them to miscalculate their gas levels and tragically become another name on the memorial near the diving site. One of the most well-known cases of this is 22-year-old Yuri Lipsky, a Russian diving instructor with plenty of experience under his belt. However, he had no prior experience with the Dahab Blue Hole, resulting in it taking his life. The footage from his recovered diving camera showed him descending into the depths faster than expected. Struggling to keep his gas levels in check, trying to quickly slow down his descent, causing the buoyancy device to burst, and eventually succumbing to nitrogen poisoning in just 4 minutes after starting his dive. However, the sheer depth is only one part of this blue hole's danger. As Mini Joe's video demonstrated, the other part of its lethality comes from the network of partially collapsed caves littered throughout the area. They promise incredible views and look like prime diving spots at first glance, but in all reality, they are deceptively difficult to navigate through. Narrow passages and jagged rocks are everywhere. A single mistake can leave a technical diver stuck in one of these caverns with no way out until their gas tanks inevitably run out. The terrain also makes recovery extremely difficult, and many families of the fallen often opt to just leave their loved ones down there so as not to endanger even more lives in recovery attempts, which explains why Joe came across so many diving suits in his video. In July 2016, a diver named Jacob Childs went on a group diving trip off the coast of southeast Queensland, Australia. The boat stopped roughly 35 miles or about 56 kilometers off the coast, and Jacob was the second to last person to dive. However, a minute after entering the water, the diving line slipped out of his hand. He thought he could swim back to the boat and start over, but as he got closer, he was shocked to realize the rope had been pulled in. And before he could think of what to do next, a strong current swept the ocean's surface and separated him from the boat. To make matters worse, the captain of the boat also sped off to go fishing while everyone was diving. By the time the other divers got back to the boat and realized Jacob was missing, he was already completely out of their view, leaving him stranded in the middle of the ocean 35 miles from the nearest piece of land. That said, the distance from land was the least of Jacob's worries at that moment. For starters, the water around him was nearly 20 degrees Celsius, which is about 68 degrees Fahrenheit. This wasn't nearly cold enough to make him freeze up and pass out immediately, but it was cold enough to slowly sap away his body heat, making him more susceptible to hypothermia and exhaustion with every passing minute. It was also late in the afternoon, and the sun was about to go down, meaning it was only going to get worse. After a while, a rescue plane flew above him twice, but it didn't see him. And this was while it was still bright, and the inflatable indicator was visible from quite a distance. He knew that once it got dark, his chances of being rescued would drop to almost zero.
Well, the sun's going down. If the sun goes down, they won't do nothing. That's a wrap on old Dickie.
That is so sad, like he was already...
Unfortunately, there was nothing Jacob could do at that moment but wait and continue recording what possibly could be his last message to his family. Identifying the right direction and then swimming for over 35 miles would have been next to impossible. If he had taken it upon himself to try and reach the coast, he would have likely exhausted himself and drowned partway through. He did try to follow a fishing boat he saw in the distance, but quickly realized that he wouldn't be able to get close enough to get its attention, leaving him feeling dejected.
It's way too far for me. It'd be like 15, 16 meters now.
Besides, swimming too far from his original location would have also reduced his chances of being saved, since rescue teams would no longer know where to look. As the sky got darker and the rescue plane failed to spot him multiple times, the frustration was beginning to set in.
I mean, he's got a big ass orange inflatable thing.
Coming back. There's a rescue boat way over there. Helpful. That.
The salty seawater was also making him extremely dehydrated, worsening his chances of survival by the minute. However, Jacob was experienced enough to know that panicking or getting angry wouldn't do any good. The right thing to do was to stay put while exerting the least amount of effort. After drifting in the middle of nowhere for over 6 hours, he was finally spotted by a helicopter and brought to safety on a rescue boat. With the sun nearly below the horizon, he came dangerously close to losing his life that day. Fortunately, he was able to recover with no permanent injuries. On the 26th of May 2013, a group of 3 tugboats was trying to stabilize an oil tanker during a harsh storm nearly 20 miles or 32 kilometers off the coast of Nigeria. That's when one of the boats, named Jaskin 4, got hit by a massive rogue wave. This capsized the boat, causing it to sink rapidly and disappear below the water surface within seconds. The company behind this operation, West African Ventures, immediately sent off a rescue mission. However, the harsh weather made any immediate rescue efforts near impossible. They eventually sent a helicopter to look for any survivors who managed to swim back to the surface. Unfortunately, even after a full day of searching, they didn't find a single member of the Jaskin 4's crew who was still alive. This left the company with no choice but to presume the crew deceased and begin a body recovery diving mission instead. The task of retrieving their remains was handed down to 6 saturation divers who were laying underwater oil pipes nearby. The only reason they were chosen for the task was because they were the closest to the site of the incident. Still, it took them around a day to reach the site and begin looking for Jaskin 4. The harsh waves had shifted its position significantly from where it capsized, causing even more time loss before the retrieval mission could begin. Unfortunately, that was far from the only hurdle the rescue divers would face on this mission. Once they located the Jaskin 4 and dove down to it, they discovered that the boat had turned upside down. It was now resting on its primary mast, which could collapse at any time. Due to significant pirate activity in that area, all of the Jaskin 4's entrances were also locked shut, forcing the divers to use specialized underwater torches just to gain access. Sadly, their assumption turned out to be correct. By the afternoon of the 28th of May, 2 days after Jaskin 4 had sunk, the rescue team managed to recover the remains of 4 crew members, though 2 were still missing. But just as all hope seemed lost, one of the divers, named Tony Walker, made an incredible discovery. For some context, Tony was being instructed on what to do by his supervisor Colby Veritz from the surface. Tony was also inhaling a gas mixture which was partially helium, making his voice higher. While looking around the upside-down boat, he came across what looked like a human hand. He assumed it belonged to yet another fallen crew member, but to his surprise, the hand moved and grabbed him back.
Alright, so you should be walking. What? Could you imagine how fucking trippy that would be? Oh my god, I'm sitting there like trying to picture. Imagine your boat turning upside down, underwater, out in the middle of the ocean. The waves are going crazy, and you're expecting all the people to be dead, and you're not even expecting the people to even be on the boat anymore. And you have a live hand grab you as a diver going down. Could you imagine that feeling, like when they grab your hand? Like, what the? I would have been scared as shit.
Alright, you found one, yeah? He's alive. Okay, keep him there, Alright, just, alright. Just hold him there, okay? Just keep him there. No, I don't know what we're gonna do. Alright, just keep him there, keep him calm, okay? Alright, just reassure him, pat him on the shoulder.
Wow, they are awesome people.
This was 29-year-old Harrison O'Kenny, Jaskin 4's resident cook. After over 60 hours underwater, Harrison was somehow still alive. He also seemed quite aware of everything that was going on around him and remained calm to help the rescuers do their job. Apparently, Harrison was in the bathroom when the boat capsized. He tried to rush to the emergency latch, but water rushed in and trapped the crew inside. To his knowledge, Harrison was the only one who managed to survive after creating a makeshift indoor raft from plywood, cardboard, and a mattress. After finding him, rescuers gave him fresh water and a harness to keep him close. However, the divers knew they didn't have much time to plan a proper rescue mission. You see, the air pocket Harrison was in was about to run out, likely in less than an hour. Harrison could end up suffocating if they didn't act quick enough. On the other hand, they couldn't just strap him into a rope and pull him back to the surface. He had already spent over 2.5 days in an extremely high-pressure environment. Taking him to the surface too quickly could have caused decompression sickness, which in extreme cases can also be lethal. Fortunately, due to their job of installing underwater oil pipes, the divers were uniquely equipped to deal with these exact issues. More specifically, they had a pressurized diving bell attached to the vessel, which they put Harrison in after consulting a doctor. Had this been a standard diving crew with regular scuba gear, they wouldn't have had anything to keep Harrison alive. Once back on the surface, he also had to spend some more time in a decompression chamber to avoid decompression sickness, and was fairly okay after that. However, while he recovered physically, the mental trauma of being trapped in an upside-down boat on the ocean floor for over 2 days with no idea if anyone was coming to save him left him with PTSD, something he is still recovering from to this day.
Like, could you imagine that story? I survived underwater in the ocean, like upside down in a boat in a small little hole where I breathed for like 2 days. I mean, that's insane. Yeah, I can't imagine that PTSD he has.
2013, YouTuber Kodiak Thunder uploaded a video showing a near-death experience he had while diving. Unlike many other divers, Kodiak's motive wasn't to just dive as deep as he could or reach some underwater landmark. Instead, his diving sessions were more about catching fish and crustaceans by hand or with a spear gun. But while chasing a lobster, he swam too far into an underwater cave. He managed to catch the lobster he was after, but when he turned around, he had no idea how to get out.
Exactly, Delta. That literally like a nightmare. I could not imagine that. Could not imagine that. I mean, that is still insane. I can't get over that shit. That's nuts. That poor guy. I would have thought I was a goner like as soon as the damn boat capsized. I couldn't imagine living 2 more days and then seeing somebody come rescue me.
Fortunately, after swimming around in the cave for a few minutes, he was able to find the exit and swim out without any trouble. However, this was incredibly lucky. The thing is, diving on its own is incredibly dangerous. A single distraction can quickly spiral into an irreversible tragedy. But unless they're very deep, divers at least have the option to just swim up to the surface and wait for rescue. Though, not with cave diving. One of the primary hazards in a cave is the environment itself. Unlike the open ocean, many underwater caves have floors covered in extremely fine silt. A poorly controlled fin kick, or even the exhaust bubbles from a regulator hitting the ceiling can dislodge this sediment. This creates a silt out, a condition where the water's visibility drops to absolute zero instantly. Divers' high-powered lights become useless, and in some extreme cases, the diver can't even see their own hands, let alone their surroundings. This also makes them unable to see their gauges or the guidelines. In short, they no longer know where they're going, where they're supposed to go, or whether they're getting the right gas mixture. At best, they can keep swimming and hope the cave is straight enough to eventually lead them away from the murky water. But if they can't monitor their gases, nitrogen poisoning can become a serious problem. It impairs both their cognitive and motor function, leaving them to take their final breaths in the cave unless someone is there to rescue them. Even then, rescue isn't always an option. Many underwater caves are extremely narrow, and with tanks and other essential gear, navigating these tight spaces becomes even harder. In most cases, there isn't even enough room to turn around, so if one diver passes out, the others can get trapped behind them and lose their lives there as well. One of the most well-known cases of this exact scenario happened on February 6, 2014, when a team of 5 Finnish cavers visited Norway to go cave diving through Plura Cave. All 5 of them were veteran cave divers and knew exactly what they were doing. They even had mapped out the exact route they planned to follow. However, as they were crossing the narrowest section of the cave, the cylinder of one of the divers got stuck, preventing him from moving forward and blocking the others behind him. The chaos of the situation resulted in 2 of the divers panicking, failing to monitor their gauges, and passing away within minutes. The other 3 barely made it out alive as well. One had to squeeze past the stuck diver by removing his gear and swimming the rest of the way, gasping for air from tiny pockets along the ceiling. The remaining 2 had to turn back and exit through the original entrance with almost no air left in their tanks. The fact that any of them made it out alive was nothing short of a miracle, highlighting the true horror of underwater cave diving. Because when things go even slightly wrong during a cave dive, even the most experienced and well-prepared divers can struggle to survive.
Wow, that was insane. That was crazy. But hey, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna hop off here. I'm tired as hell. But y'all, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Have a wonderful night, and I will see y'all on the next one. Thank you, Delta, for sticking around. I appreciate you. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.